Well, my name's Stephen Beil, or Dr. Stephen Beil, or Dr. Steve, or Dr. Beil.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've grew up in Chicago and lived there most of my life until I went off to college in Wisconsin. And then after finishing there, I moved off to Scotland for 5 years and got my veterinary degree at the University of Glasgow, which was a wonderful experience. So if anyone's watching this and they haven't been to Scotland, I would definitely recommend it. And then after that, I met my wife there. She's not Scottish. She's actually from Texas, so we ended up moving back to her hometown in Texas, where we both worked as veterinarians for the last 5 years. And now we've made our way on to Boise, Idaho.
Nice, nice. What is your favorite animal?
So for the longest time, my favorite animal was probably the wolf, which I would kind of say it still is. I've probably got two favorite animals. And wolves, they work well in packs. I thought they were always this really beautiful, majestic creature, but probably coming there at number one now is the screech owl. And that's just as of the last couple of years at my last clinic, we had a lady that did some wildlife work there, and we'd have indoor screech owls coming in. And I have some photos of those guys sitting on my wife's shoulder and my shoulder, and they're just really personable little owls. Owls as a whole I think are all awesome, but the screech owls definitely have quite a bit of personality and definitely are ones to be loved and enjoyed.
Okay, great. What is your favorite childhood memory?
So growing up, we would always, being in Chicago, we'd always want to go and do some fun things in the summer. And for me, going with my family to Michigan was probably the most memorable. We'd go every summer typically and go camping. My mom didn't particularly like the camping aspect of things, but going to Michigan, they have lots of sand dunes there, and just running down the sand dunes at full speed, not knowing if you're going to break a leg, but as a child you don't really care. And then I always remember anticipating getting to the beach and just kind of hanging over the front seats from the back seat, just peering out the window, hoping that there's going to be some really big waves that day on Lake Michigan. And then I remember also being greatly disappointed when it was just like flat as glass, because it's not nearly as fun.
What is your favorite pastime?
So pastimes, there's lots of them. I love sports, particularly baseball and volleyball, but I do also love outdoor recreation, which is why we've moved our way up here to Idaho. Where we were living, just didn't have a whole lot of that. My wife and I like to go hiking. We like to go backcountry camping. Both of us have gone skiing, but it's been a long while since we've done so, and so we're hoping to get into that too.
Bondage. Let's see. What is one embarrassing thing about you?
So probably embarrassing thing would be starting way back when I was little, playing games with my aunt. She always reminds my wife or anyone I ever meet that I'm super competitive and also potentially a sore loser, maybe not so much these days. However, when I was little, she always repeatedly reminds everyone that in the event I were to lose a game, I would storm off and go sit in a box in a closet and wouldn't come out for hours. I no longer sit in the closet, however, I don't particularly care to lose, which is probably a good attribute for my patients, because I always want to win and get them as better as possible as soon as possible, and find the answers for what's going wrong.
Okay. Now tell us something funny about yourself that we don't know yet.
So, people here probably don't know yet, but I do really love karaoke, and it's not something I really do like ever, but I do love to sing. I was in a worship band in college for a while, and karaoke, if you get me in the right kind of mood, I'll definitely kind of belt out some tunes. There are some videos floating around online of me singing, so